Oh.
All right, I'm ready. Hey, it's Griff and Sarah, and we're in the spiritual center of the universe. And we're here to see the grave with a window in it. We're at the West Cemetery, the Red Clover Ale Company, the New England Maple Museum.
In Chittenden, Vermont. In New Haven, Vermont. In Middlebury, Vermont. In Brandon, Vermont. In Pittsburgh, Vermont.
Where we are. Alright, so we decided to take a little weekend. I found a Airbnb up in Chittenden. It's cute. It's right across the street from the school. It's a nice little place. The guy next door is the one who owns it, but the front of the house faces away from them, so there's a certain level of privacy. But
Little house.
yeah, it is cute.
Love it.
But we looked up what there was to do in Chittenden itself, since it seemed like, kind of a small place. And it turns out it's the spiritual capital of the universe.
Of the whole universe.
The universe, yeah, right the center, right in Chittenden, Vermont.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it turns out it was the Eddy Brothers, and the Eddy Brothers.
Had special powers.
Yes,
from birth.
Right from birth. Like there was rain clouds in the nursery at the house. They had a lot of ghost children playing with them. So the old man got pretty uptight. He's a rigid guy. Tied them to trees, poured boiling water on them, put hot rocks in their hands, try to exercise
those demons.
So it just made it worse. So what he ultimately did was he sold these kids to a traveling show. And
because you could do that then. This was what time frame are we
about
talking
the Civil War. Well, actually, it was in the 1850s. I think he sold them off to the traveling show. And
that's about right, because the date on the stone for 1920s, 22.
Right.
And one brother was 99.
Right.
Okay.
So the old man died a few years after that. And these guys apparently kept traveling coast to coast, doing their thing, doing seances, which was big back then because of the Fox sisters. The Fox sisters in Western New York, Wayne County, Western New York, started this whole spiritualist movement with seances and, a lot of black curtain stuff. And these guys sort of perfected it. They were like the best of the best, And then the mom finally died in 1870 something, and so they came home and set up shop and did quite well for themselves. Now there's a bunch of guys trying to disprove them. I believe one magician did because they use this thing called the devil's box, which is a common thing where you have somebody pop in it and then
very basic trick.
Yeah,
it's so basic it tricked everybody.
Right. Well, and the guy was surprised that such a simple trick would fool so many people. But these guys did all right for themselves, eventually retired, and, they died right in the area, and that was that. So, that's the Eddy Brothers.
Well, and wasn't their house, like, spinning on the axis or something?
Well, it's spun on its axis. There's portals to the spirit world.
There's all sorts of interesting
Now it's
lore.
a ski club.
Now it's a ski club.
Yeah,
you can ski to the other side of the universe. Or snowboard.
There you go. Now we got snowboards up.
Right there. Always shining.
See it.
Yeah, well, I got a big old truck coming up behind me, so
look, we got a nice new Volkswagen in there too.
Aww.
Alright, let's take a look at the gorilla.
Gorilla.
Alright guys, we're heading down to Middlebury, Vermont.
US 7.
US 7.
In Vermont.
Yes, and we're going to go see the Pharaoh, or the Mummy. I'm not sure which is. I've seen it written both ways. Buried, proper Christian burial in a cemetery off of Route 30, Middlebury. Apparently, what happened was it was mail ordered for the museum. I think it's the Shelbourne Museum or something like that. It's a local museum in the area, and he came so damaged, this baby mummy, and they kept it in storage. And then I think in the 1950s, they finally figured, we need to get rid of this guy.
Here we are at the big old gorilla.
Volkswagen on its hand.
Selling Volkswagens here too. Hey, it looks like they're blocking us from getting on there, isn't it? Well, you used to be able to sit on the hand. and get your picture taken. Unfortunately, it was difficult to get up into it, as we found out the last time we were here. All right, let's take a closer look.
All right, we're heading down to Brandon. Anyways, a buddy of mine at work has a brewery down there. Not sure what he brews, like beer or ale or all of it. But
all of it.
All of it. It's called the Red Clover Brewing Company, or the Red Clover Brewery, and it's right in the middle of Brandon. And, it's gonna be easy to find because I guess they have a little construction going on the front, which is covered with scaffold. So this is where we're going.
Okay, so we found them. You're at the Horton Cemetery in Chittenden, Vermont, the spiritual center of the universe. I got William Eddy. I thought that was pronounced Edie, but it's Eddy. And I've got Horatio Eddy. Now these prepare. Yeah, it's a real Volkswagen too.
We're going up to New Haven in Vermont, and there's a cemetery there that has a grave with a view. It's got a window in it. It's not for, well, I guess it would be kind of for looking out. You're screaming and telling them. Okay.
And he was like, I'm going to start homebrewing. And the first homebrew he ever made was like an unbelievable IPA.
All right.
So I was like, oh, we should open a brewery. And he's like, no, not gonna do that. And that was, 9 years ago.
Okay.
And then I kept working on him, and after like 3 or 4 years, he was like, all right, let's do it.
Okay.
And the rest is sort of history.
Last night, the 8th graders had their graduation and dance. It was a dance, but they did it out on the lawn because of COVID last year, and decided to make it a regular thing. They just less, of course, the weather, but the weather was nice last night, so.
It was great.
Yeah, they took the kids' phones away from them after about 30 minutes. They had time to do selfies and pictures of their friends, and all the phones got collected. And the boys and the girls did not interact like you would hope. They stayed away from each other.
In their own little pod.
It's like little 8th grade kids, but I think there was about 40 of them out there,
All right, you can see close up. It's got the Christian cross, and then it has an ankh and a little bird. I don't know what the little bird means, but it's Amon Her Kepis Hef, age 2 when he died. He's the son of Weset III and his wife. Anyways, they got him listed here as 1883 BC when he died. And he's buried in the mead plot. All right, well, here you have it. Here's Jet on a Stick, as seen on Roadside America. It's a display of the American Legion. I think we're in Middlebury still, and there it is. I think it's a real jet. So we're just wondering what was going on. Somebody's coming here. What's going on?
Are you our new neighbors?
We're the guests of the new neighbors.
Are you the neighbor?
All right, here's the window. The window's a little pitted, hard to see through. It's very thick. I don't think the window probably worked. Well, it may have worked at the time. I only needed it for 7 days.
I swear, one day I lived here. I actually rented an apartment from the post office, right next to the post office. And I went for a run, and I went by there, and I swear that there was a gravestone that was glowing, and I could smell fresh dirt.
Oh dear.
But there was nothing going on.
Oh, you're giving me the willies.
So there was nothing going on there.
Yeah.
So
Remember, guys,